Welcome back to Views from the 50 and NFL podcast, where we provide coverage on all things NFL. I'm your co-host, El Jefe, and I'm joined here by my fellow members of the SFN crew. How y'all fellas doing tonight?
Yo, another day, another dollar.
Another calm night, you dig. Man, them guys, a calm night.
Calm night. Okay, well, it wasn't a calm night when the Raiders decided to fire their GM and head coach. Both of them out of there, got the boot. And not only that, but they're benching Jimmy G and Devontae Adams. Man, he couldn't find his way out. So he's still a Las Vegas Raider. So it's unfortunate for him. They got to get a new regime in there. They got to get a new QB in there, and hopefully Devontae Adams can find some success now. I mean, he's getting older, and this year looks like another failed opportunity for him to reach a Super Bowl. So maybe there's an offseason trade of brewing for him. We'll see what ends up happening with him. I'm not sure how many years left he has on that his current contract. But how y'all feel about the Raiders organization right now?
It's a mess. It's definitely a mess, but this is a sigh of relief for Raiders fans, especially living here. A lot of Raiders fans are pissed. Surprisingly, there are a lot of Raiders fans in the area. But I'll say overall, hopefully Antonio Pierce does well as the interim coach. He says that he's been a Raider. Hopefully, I always like the interim stories where they, pick him up and it is a former player and they do pretty well. That'd be a good story for them. I think overall they're just gonna go with Aiden, of course, all the way through the rest of the year, see how he plays, because of course they drafted him. But at the end of the day, they should be gunning for a QB in this heavy QB draft that's coming up. To fight for that spot with Devontae Adams still being there, of course, and that will keep him around. I'm sure they'll make some moves in the offseason. He playing for his favorite team. He's making enough money right now. I think he got like 3 or 4 more years left on this big contract right now. So he should be chilling right now, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy because I know he's playing where he wants to, but it just doesn't seem like the championship is that much closer to him right now. So I don't know. The offseason is going to be interesting, especially when the draft comes around. If they don't get the quarterback he wants, I'm curious to see if then he goes ahead and requests a trade. But I feel like they may have Adams close to that draft trade room or a draft room this year just because I could see that happening just so they can make sure he stays around because he is definitely the biggest piece on that team right now. So they'll need him for the future.
They need him, no.
100%. Speaking of somebody though that I thought was going to be in the future forever of the Patriots organization, there's a rumor going around right now that the Commanders might trade for this man in the offseason, which I believe would be maybe like the 7th, 8th, or 9th ever NFL head coach trade between franchises. So, we're not even at 10 yet, and it's crazy how many seasons have passed. But nonetheless, man, if the Commanders get Belichick, I mean, I know his age, and they're talking about does he still have it? This, that,
Wait,
and third.
What? What is this serious?
Yeah, this. There's a report that there's rumors that this could go down in the offseason. I mean, and if it happens,
how does a trade for a coach work? Is it the same for a player?
They give him like draft picks.
Yeah, it's draft picks.
They kind of did it for Sean Payton when he just went from the Saints to the Broncos just now.
And I believe some money was involved as well.
Yeah.
So. But nonetheless, I mean, if this trade ends up going down, for the Commanders, I believe they already have I don't know, because now they've traded away key pieces of their defense. So they had a good defense. We have to see how their defense transitions this week coming up. And we're going to get into them real quick or real soon because they actually play the Patriots this week. So we'll get into that game in a little bit. But it's going to be interesting if Bill gets traded because I think he could turn the Commanders around, and I don't want to see that personally. How y'all feel about this? The Commanders possibly trading though for Bill in the offseason?
I didn't know. So honestly, I'm doing my research currently as we're talking it out right now just to see what I missed. But I mean, I mean, I guess it's not a bad look. Just very surprising on why he would want to come down this way. Um, and once again, at the age he's at as well, and with what you said, building off of what you said, losing some key defensive pieces, what technically you would think he would want to go to a contending team. I don't think him going to the Commanders makes them a contending team right off rip. Still feel like that's going to take some time. So I don't see that. It would have to be a substantial amount for him to go over there, in my personal opinion, just because that's a lot of rebuilding unless you plan on being there and getting out. But I can't see him going there and then be like, all right, I'm gonna retire after losing or not even going even. Like, you know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion, that's just don't make sense to me. Like, I'm just trying to understand it fully, but I can't grasp the understanding of why he would do that. But hey, like I said, off season does things and people do things in the off season that I guess make sense or make sense to the person they're going to. So we'll have to see.
Me personally, I don't think it's a good idea for both sides. Bill is pushing 72. He'll be 72 next April. For what reason is he still coaching, after winning this much? I mean, he and Pete Carroll should chill at this point with their age, try to enjoy life and try to get out of it. Also, it'll be a bad move, like I said, for Washington because of the fact that they have Bieniemy right there. Bieniemy more than likely will be promoted as the next guy after they let go of Ron because Ron's going to be gone after this year anyway. They don't really mess with him. But yeah, it wouldn't be a good idea for both sides at all. Just let Bill ride into the sunset, finish whatever he's doing at New England, and move on.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ron gets fired during the season, though.
Yeah, yeah, same.
Rob was gonna get fired. I felt like it would have happened already.
Yeah, I just feel like every week it's just like toting that line where it's gonna happen, but I don't know. I just feel like at any moment we could get that news alert that Rivera's out of there.
I think they'll probably wait until like they're out of playoff contention first, just this year, because they respect them just for those regards. Because if they haven't done it yet, they'll probably just wait until that as soon as they get that point where they're not gonna make it for sure to be like, yeah, well, I with him.
Yeah, I could see that as soon as they get eliminated, Ron's out of there. I could definitely see that being the first domino.
Oh.
You're right. I agree. I definitely agree with you on that. 100%. All right, well, let's get into some game previews for this week. We got 6 games on the slate that we're going to preview. First up, NFL is heading out to Germany, 9:30 in the morning, early game. What is that, like 6 o'clock over there, Wayne? Oh, my goodness. Y'all going to be wiping the crust out of your eyes still. We're just waking up, trying to cook some breakfast.
I always catch the second half.
But I'll tell you this, it'll be a good game to wake up to because we got the Dolphins and the Chiefs. But I believe this is the first time ever we get to see Tua and Patrick Mahomes go head to head. Poof.
Wow, and that's in Germany.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off the most about this one. It should be in KC. This is Tyreek's first game back against KC again.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. You're making a big game like this in Germany.
You duck that too. You duck that home smoke. Like,
yeah, I get it.
But you know what? Could this be the NFL script of writing a preview for the playoffs in Kansas City?
Be interesting. That'd be interesting. Yeah, honestly.
The NFL always cooks something up for us later on down the road.
Yeah, I can see it. Especially with but the Dolphins are winning the division right, but both of them are. So yeah, it's probably possible. Honestly, yeah, you're right.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, we'll revisit that down the line because it's definitely possible at this point. But I will say about this game, as y'all mentioned, Tyreek Hill is playing the Chiefs for the first time since he got traded away. I saw a recent, I think he was on a podcast or something where he said he never really wanted to leave Kansas City in the first place. Yeah. So I believe he's going to go out there and he's getting 100+ yards on receiving. So I haven't checked FanDuel yet, but whatever that is, 100+, I would definitely lean on that. Matter of fact, while y'all chime in on this game some more, I'm gonna pull up my FanDuel and I'm gonna see how much that 100 is running for.
I just think that I think the Dolphins might sneak away with it. Honestly, they're heating up at the right point, and then Plus, I think they might get Xavier Howard back on the other side, and Casey already doesn't have any receivers. So it might come down to that. Might come down to Casey not having the speed on defense too as well to contain them. And yeah, Miami might beat them by something close.
Yeah. So I just looked it up for Tyreek Hill to have 100 plus receiving yards. It's plus 112 right now. That's plus money. So I would definitely jump on that one. Parlay it with something if you want to. I definitely think that one's coming in though this week. He even might get a touchdown, anytime touchdown for him this week. Right now, let's see. That is minus 145. So the book already knows something. They also got Travis Kelce minus 145. I saw he made a comment about Taylor Swift. He said, "Don't ask me about her."
Yeah,
Thank you, thank you, Travis, because I'm getting tired of hearing about it too, man. It's ridiculous at this point. Let that man live his life, let that woman live her life, and just let them be happy on their own. I mean, geez. But to your point, Wayne, I do agree with you. I think the Dolphins could definitely sneak away with this one in Germany. Even though it's supposed to be, technically Kansas City's home game, they're not in Kansas City. So there will really be no home court advantage here or home field advantage here. So I think, and like you said, the Dolphins' speed against that Kansas City defense, that's going to be very interesting to watch as well. So, although what's his name on the Kansas City defense, I think he'll definitely get his sack in on Tua, but I don't
Chris,
think. Yeah, Chris Jones. I just don't think Chris Jones will be enough to completely contain that offense that they have. I mean, they got Mozart, they got Waddle, they got Hill. There's just too much on that offense for Kansas City right now. And Mahomes, he's starting to click with those receivers, but I think when they meet later on in the playoffs, Kansas City might sneak away with the win. But right now, this could be the Dolphins' game.
No.
I do agree. But let's get into the 1:00 hour, man. We got the Commanders and the Patriots. We was talking about these two franchises earlier, and they end up playing each other ironically this week at 1:00 in New England. So the Commanders could get their close eye view on Belichick to see if they really want to make that trade for him and see how his coaching is still going on this week. If you ask me who's winning this game, based off the trades that happened recently, I think Bill at home with Mac Jones can get this win. I think I know the Patriots are injured, but I think at home he should be able to secure this win now that Chase Young and Sweat are gone, and Jonathan Allen's already upset. So I don't think he's going to be out there giving it his all. That's just my opinion. How y'all feel about this 1:00 game?
What's up?
Well, just looking, it looks like Curtis Samuel is going to be out for that game. So Terry McLaurin, Jahad Dotson. I feel like the receivers on the Commanders are going to get a lot of work. Just because, if I'm correct, don't feel like you guys have a lot of DBs currently. I could be wrong. I thought somebody
They got hurt.
Yeah, I thought everybody was like unhealthy for y'all, Wayne. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm double backing right now. But it's just gonna be a battle, I guess, of really. Also, you still got do-gooder. Jonathan Jones is questionable. Where is that? I swear y'all had another cornerback.
Gonzalez. Gonzalez got injured.
He's on IR. Yeah, I was expecting him to be a dog, and I know he got hurt. Damn, that blows me. So I mean, it's just gonna be interesting. Jalen Mills too. I forgot. And J.C. Jackson is still suspended.
No, he's playing. He should be playing. That's the only corner we got, really. I would say.
Yeah. So I have. I'll say 21-14. 21-14 Commanders. Mac Jones, my dog, though. Like, Mac Jones may be pulling some shit out the hat. Just depends on how. And then again, this will be, like you said, this also will be the first game without their pass rushing. So even still, those ends were good for the pass and for the rushing in general. So we'll just have to see.
No. Yeah. I won't go on a big Patriots rant for sure. I just think that the Patriots will win a close one, probably by like 3 points. It's at home. Our defense has been playing pretty well, decent recently, and Commanders have been folding for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just quarterback play, but it'll be a close game. We'll go ahead and win it and get to the next win. But that'll be probably the second to last win of the season. I'm ready for it.
Oh man, second to last one of the season. My man don't have too much hope for the Patriots
None.
this year. That's not good.
You gotta be optimistic.
That's it.
Well, it's all good, man. It's all good. Well, let's preview one more 1:00 game real quick. The Seahawks travel to Baltimore to play the Ravens this week, and this one should be really, really good. I mean, they got defense, they got offense. I mean, I know the Ravens are at home. But we watched the Colts come in there and do the thing. And if you ask me, I don't know, man. Gino gets me inspired, man. When I see Gino take the field, I get inspired. Ever since he made that comment about writing back, man, I'd love to watch Gino play. I'm gonna have to ride with Gino this week to come in Baltimore and secure a dub against Lamar, man. I know Lamar's been playing exceptional, and that whole team has been playing good. But I like Gino and the Seahawks this week, man. I like him to come back. And when they beat the Browns last week, a team that was hot, red hot, and I think they can do it again. I think they can. The Ravens were, I feel like, struggling a little bit. They gave up 24 to the Cardinals last week. You know, after they beat the Lions up, I think the Seahawks can come in there and steal one. How y'all feel about this matchup?
Lamar 200 plus passing. Mike, I was about to say Mike. Mark Andrews 2 touchdowns, 100 plus receiving, and Lamar maybe a touchdown on the ground. There's no way the Seahawks are winning this game. Like, it sounds good, I understand. Like, having saying the Seahawks are gonna come into Baltimore and win a game is crazy to me. Like, granted, they are still healthy. Out of a lot of teams in the league, they are still healthy. Devin Witherspoon's really good corner, in my opinion. I think, actually, no. Woolen's out, isn't he? Is Woolen's? Oh no, they moved. They
Good
moved.
question.
They moved Woolen. Okay, they have him at the RCB. So it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I will take it back because they are all, majority of their starters are all healthy, minus right guard. Other than that, you got Geno, Kenneth Walker. If Kenneth Walker can get shit going on the ground, it'll be a good game. But I don't see them coming into Baltimore doing things like that to the Ravens. Nah. Their corners are
Yeah,
gonna get shut down, but Mark Andrews is gonna have a day for sure.
I agree. Seahawks are very good at on the road though, low key. So that's just something to watch out for. They've been playing a lot better on the road than they have at home. I don't know what it is, but they get it done. But no, I can't take anybody against. I mean, I can't take the Seahawks. I'd say overall against Baltimore and Baltimore. I feel like Baltimore should turn up. They should get the job done, figure out what they need to do because they also have a very good defense too as well. Expect it to be low scoring. Don't try to bet high if you are betting high, but I'm thinking it should be low scoring because both defenses are really good. But Baltimore should squeak one out, probably like 24-18. You know.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens with that one. Let's go over and head into the 4:00 hour where really there's 3 games, but honestly, I know all eyes are going to be on one matchup, the biggest matchup of the weekend. The Cowboys traveling over to the Eagles. This one's going to be huge. This is a big game for the Cowboys. I need them to step up. And you know what? Dak does that when he plays the Eagles. He's about, I believe, 8-2 or 8-3 against the Eagles. And I believe he does it again. How y'all feel?
Y'all losing. I don't want to say the score is going to be high, but it may be a shootout. So that is a potential.
I'm gonna tell you this. I believe and Tommy was telling me about this the other day. Dak and the Cowboys have put up, I believe, 40 plus the last 3 games when Dak's played the Eagles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if the Eagles can't match that and Dak does it again, I don't see why we don't win.
I don't see Dak putting up 40 points against the Eagles. Come on now.
Why we did it last week?
Y'all played the Eagles last week?
No, I'm saying we put up 40 last week.
Right, but you didn't play the Eagles. Shut the hell up.
It's okay. You want
I'm
to?
saying.
Hey, we going just copy and paste.
If y'all go in there and win that game without Trayvon Diggs,
Kudos.
but it's not about to happen, respectfully. Y'all gonna go in there and it's gonna be, oh yeah, we got it. Y'all gonna lose 35 to 20.
Okay.
Jalen's gonna have a day. Jalen's gonna have a day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
day of misery.
It should be a interesting matchup. I say it should still be high scoring. I think it'll be in the 30s, probably 38 to 33 or so, somewhere around there. But I am going Philly. If the game was in Dallas, I would definitely win Dallas because plays amazing at home. But it'll be another season split. Philly should get this one. Like I said, a close score, 38-33-ish around there. But it'll be a very good game, of course, overall.
I'm gonna tell you all this. There's a bet on FanDuel for the total to be at 77 points plus 3,000. I'm gonna go back and look at those Dallas games where Dak put up those 40 points, and I'm gonna see if I can average that out because there might be some money made in that over this week.
Yeah, that plus 2,000, absolutely.
As hey, look, y'all might
Absolutely.
not. Hey, y'all, if y'all don't see me next week, you know why.
Yep.
Hey,
Absolutely.
but you know what? Let's get into some prime time matchups, man. They got the lights shining bright on Sunday night football when the Bills travel over to the Bengals. And, oh man, this is gonna be a very emotional matchup for DeMar Hamlin. It's gonna be a very emotional matchup for the Bills and Bengals in general. And to be completely honest, because of all that, I believe the Bills will win this game. I know Joey B has been on a tear, and he's been showing up and showing out recently with Jamar Chase. I'm not going to say that's going to come to a complete end this week, but I believe it comes to a little abrupt halt. I do think they'll still get things going. Jamar will probably find his way into the end zone, as well as Stephon Diggs. But I think the Bills and Josh Allen will get this one done on the road. How y'all feel?
Got the Bengals. I feel like the Bengals are going to handle the business at home. They've been playing hot. Both teams been playing extremely hot lately, the last few weeks. But I think the Bengals will find that edge. Plus, isn't this low key the first game? Like they played each other since then. Did they play each other the playoffs last year? Because I feel like this is the first game that they're playing each other again. And last time the Bengals didn't get their lick, and they were going to get their lick that day when DeMar went down. But I feel like this is the next game, you know what I mean, after that now, technically. So yeah, I think Bengals steamroll them. It won't be anything crazy, but I feel like they'll get a good.
Actually, no, they play each other in the divisional round. The Bills
There you
lost
go.
27-10 last year after that game.
There you go. Yeah. Because the Bengals made the AFC Championship against KC. Okay. So see, they got their revenge there. They're gonna get their revenge again, right back home. I feel like just the Bengals are overall a better team than the Bills are. So they should get a job done. It shouldn't be that easy. It'll be a close game, but it'll be a good game for sure.
Is Steph hurt still?
Nah, he play.
Yeah, nah. I may have them winning. I feel like he goes off because he holds when he plays aggressive and with a chip, it's a different stuff, bro. He's a different guy.
Different maker. Yeah.
And if the energy is that way where they still beef still, it's gonna be different. But Josh Allen gonna have a day. He's gonna have to. Gonna have a day in order to win that game because his numbers recently have been very par to the point where it's just like, bro, what you been doing, Slim? Like, what have you really been doing? Like, what? In the games played, and that's actually still not bad. 71 completion rate, 205 out of 286, yards 2,165, average about 7.6 yards per possession. And then, so pretty much he has 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, which is very high for him. And then 12 sacks, which is also very high for him. I feel like at the point that we're at in the season. So it's just going to be one of those games where we got to see. I don't feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, does Cincy have a lot of pass rushers or rushers in general?
Yeah, since he got some good D line.
They still got Hendricks or decent defensive line still. So it's gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna really come down to the corners and who's guarding Steph, if he can do it or not.
Yeah, it'll definitely be an interesting matchup. The lights will be bright and it'll be the only game on. So we'll all be watching that one for sure to see who comes away with that win. But yeah, let's get into there's one more game where the lights will be shining bright, and that's on Monday Night Football, where the Chargers travel to the Jets, man. Whew. And I really, really, really would love to see the Jets come away with this win. Their defense is solid. But the Chargers, man, they got a really good offense. They got Keenan Allen, he's healthy. If Mike Williams was healthy, I would definitely have to run with the Chargers. The Jets at home and the Jets having that defense, they might be able to win this one at home. They didn't have to travel anywhere this week. They were able to stay at home because they played literally against the Giants last week in MetLife. So because of that, they may be able to be a little bit more comfortable and ready to go against these Chargers. So I'm gonna rock with the Jets this week. How y'all feeling?
Got the Jets too. I just like their defense is fully healthy too, by the way. So I definitely have the Jets. I have to go back and double back to see exactly, but their defense is fully healthy. I'm taking the Jets for sure. Zach Wilson's going to pull this one out. 200 plus yards, Zach Wilson, maybe 2 touchdowns. It's another 200 plus.
It should be interesting overall. Definitely think the Jets have the momentum for the last few weeks, and they could definitely pull it off. And the Chargers coach is terrible at decision making, at everything that he does. So it's a high possibility, but I'm definitely going to Chargers. Just feel like
You
they'll
talking
get
about
the
Kellen
job done.
Moore?
Nah, well, him too. He's trash
Oh.
too. But Staley overall, the head of all operations, he's terrible. So he just So, but I still think the Chargers will get the job done. They just have a better team overall. But of course, with the defense being healthy the way they are, like Sav said, more than likely the Jets can pull something off. But I got the Chargers taking it, and they should be okay with the dub.
All right, we'll definitely see what happens with that matchup. That'll be an interesting one for sure when the Chargers travel to the Jets. But until then, we'll be right back. We'll you can catch us obviously on Twitch this Sunday, early in the morning, because they'll be in Germany 9:30. So we'll probably be on around 8:30, 9 o'clock. But keep those notifications on. We'll be firing it up earlier than that to replay these last 2 episodes from this week. So catch that handle, Social Frequency, on Twitch. On IG, follow us at Views from the .50, YouTube, Views from the 50 podcast, Spotify, and Google, Views from the 50. Until next week, we're out of here.